about this eerie feeling that the person you're watching isn't you, or the person you're looking at feels quite familiar but distant. The slightly distorted picture gives you this eerie feeling, a strange feeling that what's on the other side isn't just a reflection, it could be a whole new world. Today we're gonna unlock all the mysteries, all the things that people think that mirror does, and few psychosis about it. Okay. In 19th century England, people covered up mirrors when someone died. They said the soul would be trapped in there. It was a simple belief that if a spirit looks into the mirror, they could be trapped in there forever. People also report saying that they can see their loved ones faintly in the mirror. Some of them could be trapped. Victorian society was obsessed with the seance and death spiritualism. Mediums say that these mirrors are very thin places between the dead and the living, or between the other world. In Europe, reflective surfaces, especially water, is considered to be very sensitive point between the realms. Mirrors are not only considered evil, they are considered of something capable. Mediums also use shiny surfaces or mirrors to do the scrying. It is also believed facing two mirrors in the opposite direction creates a portal and could invite bad entities and bad things into your life. In Shinto, one of the most sacred objects, Yata no Kamaki, is seen as a divine mirror which represents the truth. Modern experiments in Japan involve prolonged mirror gazing in dim light. Participants were asked to see their own reflection for several minutes, and over half of them reported seeing facial distortion, hollow eyes, or the smiles which didn't match their own expression, or faces which did not look like their own, or the mind which begins to start filling the places which were empty. In Russia, mirrors are described as portals. Sleeping facing a mirror is very much discouraged in Russia. During the sleep, the soul wanders off and the mirror interferes. In India, in some of the traditions, they cover up mirrors after someone dies for a whole 13 days. And that's the period when the soul transition graduates. So this process could be disturbed, or the soul could get attached. Inside Louisiana's historic plantation, one mirror is said to be repeatedly developing a handprint, which is so weird, and even after cleaning several times, the handprints appears on their own. The reason is unknown. Some believe that the reason is because the mirrors were not covered after the deaths of people there, and they have been trapped and trying to get out. But skeptics say that they are just stains which match thumbprints, and this mirror remains as a part of a door. Science does explain some parts of the mirror's scariness. When the light is dim and when we look at the mirror, facial recognition becomes unstable. Our vision weakens. Tiny eye movements makes a delayed reaction, and our brains fills up these missing information. Humans are wired to detect faces or make sense of something what we are seeing, and to detect the threat. So fear takes over before the logic. But why does each and every religion have their own set of rules and things about mirror? Everything pointing at that something about mirror isn't right. Maybe it leads to another whole world with people who just look like us, or mirrors being the portals, or mirrors trapping our soul, or showing us the trapped souls, or haunting us. Maybe mirrors aren't haunted, maybe they're just neurologically destabilizing. But if one night your reflection doesn't move the way you do, you won't be thinking about psychology, you'll be thinking about how long has it been out of sync.